Well, it's about this metaphor that Emmanuel Macron is using, the people he calls les premiers de cordée, the leading climbers, are basically the richest, and they bring the whole of society further up. That's the trickle-down economy, despite the fact that he denies it. He's a believer into that, and the reality of what we're seeing is not exactly that. The rich get richer, the middle class stagnates, and an increasing big part, or increasingly a large part of our societies are just being left behind and are falling down. The Trump-like logic that we are seeing developing in society, and that is indeed worrying, because the Greens are precisely bridge builders. And we are not riding on societal divides. We want to bridge them. And that's what sets us apart. But of course, in a polarized environment, it's always difficult to make a more nuanced voice heard. And that's our challenge, but that's also the exciting part of being green. It's a response to his response. He chose to basically disparage me, misrepresent what I had said, and avoid answering to the substance of my critique. I would enjoy a real debate with him, but a real democratic debate is not about the teacher telling who's right and wrong, which was basically his attitude. It's between people, well, politicians of different parties, exchanging ideas about what we should do in our society. If he's prepared to do that, we will engage. But as long as he remains in a position where he knows, and there everyone else is not intelligent enough to agree with him, then I think it will be very hard to work with him. His decision.
Could I ask you about your future of Europe? What excites you? What gets you up in the morning, think, I need to get this done, this is important for the Greens and for you politically?
So basically, starting point is we are 7% of the global population. That is the Europeans, the citizens of the EU. We are sitting on a piece of land that is 2% of the land of this planet. So it's quite obvious for me, especially from a small country, that it's only if we act together that we are going to meet the challenges of this century. That's my starting point. So there's no question that it's either we succeed together or we will fail, period. Now, what means succeeding? Well, we have two challenges. Fitting our societies within the biophysical constraints that nature sets us, and that's a tall challenge, and that is climate, but this is also resource, biodiversity, and making it in a way that make a good life possible for everyone and not just the happy few, and that's the issue of social justice. I'd like the energy union to be really at the core of what Europe does. I'm not sure that a common agricultural policy should still be the #1 European policy. Energy policy should be. We should bet on this. And not everything should be done at European level, but on the energy, I think this is the relevant scale that we need to achieve results. Europe is not an island. I mean, people will be forced to leave their homes for the foreseeable future, if not because of wars, dictatorships, resource exhaustion, climate change, name it. I mean, there will be migrations. What do we want to do? Do we want to just be spectators of this? Or do we want to act upon that? And again, there you need common action at European level. Of course, you could go to the simplistic view that either Fortress Europe will work, so just build walls that are tall and deep enough to prevent these people setting foot on the European territory. That is simplistic, won't work. And also say just open doors because integrating people who are different is easy. No, it's complex. But there's a big difference between saying it's difficult and saying it's impossible. Yes, we can. Wir schaffen das, said Angela Merkel. And this is the one thing I'm grateful to her. She decided to spend political capital on that. So recognizing that, yes, integrating people who are very different is not a piece of cake, but it can be done. We play exclusion policies inside and we play exclusion policies towards the outside. We say we play solidarity inside that allows us to play solidarity towards the outside. Two coherent attitudes, and you know where we stand.
Okay, Philippe Lamberts, thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Speaking to you.
My pleasure.
Okay.